Coming up on this special edition of Fulton Today, the county's response to COVID-19, from senior centers and libraries to the courts, jail, and the big election day. We have team coverage.
So which county services are considered essential services and non-essential services during a public health emergency? I'm Daryl Carver. I'll have that story.
And how are Fulton's health and behavioral health departments responding to COVID-19? I'm Priscilla Baylog, and I'll have that answer.
That and much more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to this special edition of Fulton Today, the Fulton County COVID-19 update. As national and state leaders declare public health emergencies, the county executes its own plan to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. Essential Fulton County services continue, but a host of other services have been modified in the best interest of county residents and county employees. FGTV's Daryl Carver starts off our team coverage. Daryl?
Shania, yes, essential services are available, and these include emergency services, 911, Fulton County Police, and Fulton County Sheriff's Office. However, to keep the public and employees safe until further notice, all Fulton County senior centers are closed to the public. All Fulton County libraries are closed. However, residents are encouraged to use digital library services such as Hoopla, Freegal, and several more that are available at fulcolibrary.org. Now, the Fulton County Animal Shelter is also closed. All Fulton County Arts Centers and Wolf Creek Amphitheater are closed. All Wolf Creek Amphitheater programming is suspended until further notice. Now, Arts Center classes and facility rentals are suspended. Requests for refunds and spring arts classes will be honored, however, and residents are asked to email the Arts Center location about a refund for more information. Now, all public meetings, events, and outreach activities are canceled or postponed at this time. The Department of Purchasing and Contract Compliance will reschedule all pre-proposal, pre-bid conferences, and facility site visits. Due dates for all open projects have been extended. The Board of Commissioners' regular and recess meetings are being modified, but they will be available to view on FGTV's live stream on fultoncountygA.gov/watchfgtv. I'm Daryl Carver for FGTV.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Meanwhile, the third week in March was supposed to be the presidential primary in the state of Georgia. However, the Secretary of State changed that date to May 19th in response to COVID-19. Richard Barron is the Fulton County Department of Registration and Elections Director. We like to call him Rick. Rick, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
All right, so first things first, give details of what the Secretary of State changed.
The Secretary of State decided to suspend early voting and postpone the March 24th presidential preference primary and combine it with the general primary that's going to be held on May 19th.
So since many people voted early but plan to vote again on May 19th, how will the state and the county know whether or not they've already cast a ballot in that presidential primary?
If you voted during early voting for the March 24th presidential preference primary, you will be able to vote in the May 19th election. It will indicate when you check in for voting that you voted in the May 24th presidential preference primary. You will get a ballot if you voted that will not include the president. If you voted, for example, the Democratic presidential preference primary, but you want to vote in the Republican general primary, you will be able to do that. You will not have president on your ballot. You'll have all of the other contests. If, however, you had not voted in the presidential preference primary, and then you want to vote in the May 19th general primary, you will be able to vote for president along with all the other contests. But if you vote, you will have to vote in one primary for the May 19th election. So if you want to vote Republican in the general primary, that will also be your choice for the presidential preference primary. And the same would be true if you vote Democrat in the general primary. You will have to vote Democrat for the presidential preference primary. The only way you have the flexibility is if you've already voted in the presidential preference primary, then you can choose a different party for the May 19th election.
And you know, people love early voting options. Will there be early voting for the May 19th election?
Yes, it will be available. It'll begin on Monday, April 27th. We will have 3 weeks of early voting. However, this time, and more details will come, there will be a big push to do absentee by mail, just because we are unsure at this point what will happen with COVID-19.
And Rick, let me get your final thoughts.
Yes, voter registration will reopen soon. The deadline to register to vote for the May 19th election will be April 20th. And again, what we want to do is make sure that all the voters and citizens of Fulton County are safe. And that is why we're in full support of the Secretary of State in this decision to postpone the March 24th presidential preference primary to May 19th.
Rick Barron, always great information. Sir, thank you so much for your time.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Now, again, if you want to get details about the presidential primary or the May 19th election, just simply go to the Secretary of State's website or the Fulton County Elections website. And now to how the Fulton County Justice Partners will continue to deal with this public health emergency. First, the busiest trial court in the state, Fulton Superior Court. Well, the jury trials have been suspended for 30 days, and jurors and prospective jurors do not have to report. Magistrate Court is continuing to provide search, arrest warrants, and first appearance hearings, but will not hold hearings for non-complex divisions. Juvenile Court will conduct essential hearings, including preliminary protective hearings and detention hearings for detained youth. Non-essential hearings will be held via teleconference. And as for the Clerk of Superior Court,
like all of the other justice agencies, as well as throughout our state and globally, we are in the process of adjusting to this pandemic. We have, our main focus is to make sure that everybody's safe, the public as well as our employees. So there are a couple of things we're doing now, and that is that we have suspended services at our north and south service location. And we are asking that people come to our downtown location for those services. We have also suspended Board of Equalization hearings until further notice. We are here to provide the necessary services because we understand that the services that we provide, we're the only agency where our customers can get these services. We are working with a very, very short staff, and so we are asking that prior to coming to our downtown location, that you call us at 404-613-5314 or visit our website at fultonclerk.org to get updated information, because things change on a daily basis, and we want you to have the most updated information.
Now, State Court has suspended its DUI court through March 27th, and citation hearings will be canceled at the North and South Annex. And finally, Probate Court will not be conducting weddings until further notice. The Fulton County Sheriff and his command team at the Fulton County Jail have modified how they are conducting business at that Rice Street facility. Colonel Mark Adger is the chief jailer at the jail. Sir, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
So what exactly is going on in response to COVID-19 at the Fulton County Jail?
Well, here at the jail, our response has been to suspend inmate visitation via video. We still allow law visits, legal visits, visits with clergy, and visits with medical professionals, but public visits via the video visitation system has been suspended. However, remote video visitation is still up and running, and you can go to the Securus website to get details about that.
And sir, how are you protecting both the inmates and the public?
Well, to protect both staff and inmates from any possible coronavirus infection, we instituted a screening process for all new coming inmates. The medical staff here screens them twice. Once when they come in through the back door, they get a receiving screening, which includes whether or not they've traveled, especially to any places that are known hotspots. We take their temperature and we take their other vitals. And then if they're acceptable for processing at that time, they get a second screening where we go through the same process again, and then we take tests for other communicable diseases so that we do not allow the spread of the coronavirus in the jail. But beyond that, we also just recently instituted a screening for everyone coming in to do business here at the Fulton County Jail. The public, the people that work here, the stakeholders that work here, also ask very important questions about their recent travel and whether or not they've been exposed to anyone that has come in contact with the coronavirus, or if themselves have been diagnosed as having the coronavirus. So we'll continue those screenings until further notice. We've also stepped up our cleaning and sanitizing programs here at the jail. All the public spaces where the public comes in and does business here at the jail are cleaned throughout the day numerous times. The restroom facilities, any surfaces that are touched normally by any individuals that are in the facility, we clean those down. And we also observe the social distance of 6 feet. So if you come to the jail and we ask you to stand off about 6 or 7 feet or so, it's nothing personal. We're just making sure that we're doing what is necessary to protect the Fulton County Jail facility.
And Colonel, wrap it up for us. Give us your final thoughts.
So I just want to assure everyone in the public and anyone that's doing business here at the Fulton County Jail that we're taking this state of emergency very serious. As more information becomes available, we will act accordingly. And those individuals that are being released from the Fulton County Jail have been screened both coming in and might be released in order to alleviate crowding here at the jail so that we have the space and we have the social distancing that's required to keep everybody safe.
All right, Colonel Mark Adger, Chief Jailer at the Fulton County Jail, sir. Always good to see you. Thanks again for your time.
And thanks again for having me.
Now, for any questions regarding inmate visitation or anything else related to the Fulton County Jail during this public health emergency, just visit the sheriff's website. Now, the Fulton County Tax Commissioner immediately made changes to his operation in response to COVID-19. He spoke to FGTV about the service delivery of his operation.
We have several kiosks where you can renew your tags, but you can go to the state website and see all the Kroger offices, all the Kroger grocery stores that has a kiosk in it where you can renew your tags.
Now, remember, again, many of these services, as you heard, are available online or can be handled at the kiosk at various Kroger stores around the county. To get that full list of stores, visit the Tax Commissioner's website. More on the county's response to COVID-19 when we come back. Now, one of the county's state-mandated services is its health services provided through the Board of Health. So how has COVID-19 impacted this operation and the county's behavioral health operations? FGTV's Priscilla Ortega joins us now with the details. Priscilla?
Shania, the Fulton County Board of Health is governed by the Georgia Department of Public Health, so the department is following protocols issued by the state. There are some modifications for Fulton County Board of Health clinics and offices. One important note, the Fulton County Board of Health clinics are not conducting COVID-19 testing. The Board of Health recommends to stay updated on modifications by going to their website at fultoncountyboh.org. The Georgia Department of Public Health's guidelines for preventing the spread of any respiratory virus are increasingly important. Remember to wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 30 seconds. If soap and water are not available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Stay home when you are sick. Cough or sneeze into your elbow or use a tissue to cover it, then throw the tissue in the trash. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Baylog.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. And when we come back, a final recap of how the county is modifying its services in response to COVID-19. And before we go, we want to bring back FGTV's Daryl Carver for a recap of what county services have been modified during this public health emergency. So, Daryl, go ahead and wrap it up for us.
Now here's the full list of service modifications. Those include senior centers, libraries, art centers, behavioral health and developmental disabilities, as well as the tax commissioner's office. Now, early voting has been suspended, and the March 24th presidential preference primary and special election have been rescheduled for May 19th, 2020. Purchasing and contract compliance, pre-proposal, pre-bid conferences, and facility site visits. Fulton County Animal Shelter, Superior Court, State Court, Probate Court, Magistrate Court, the Clerk of Superior and Magistrate Courts, Juvenile Court, the Fulton County Jail, and all satellite annexes, as well as the Fulton County Police Department. Now, fingerprints for concealed carry permits have been suspended.
And Daryl, some folks have been asking about Census 2020. What have you learned about that?
Our census team informed us that National Census Day remains on April 1st, 2020. Residents are encouraged, however, to complete the census online, by phone, or by mail. For more information on that, you can go to 2020census.gov.
And as we've been sharing here on Fulton Today, the film industry is booming here in the state and specifically in Fulton County. What has the film office done as it relates to COVID-19 and those film permits?
Well, Shania, as of right now, no new film permits will be approved. That means no new film or TV projects will be available to be produced at Fulton County facilities at this time.
All right, a ton of great information. Daryl Carver, thank you so much for your time. We want to remind everybody that they should, in fact, be visiting that Fulton County website. All right, great reporting, Daryl Carver. Thank you so much. And we want to remind everybody to, again, just get all those updates on the county website. And before we go, our reminder that FGTV wants to connect with you online. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. Of course, you can watch a replay of this show or any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel, so just do us a favor and subscribe. Well, that does it for this special edition of Fulton Today. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.